Well, it's time for the Tactics Meeting podcast. I'm your host, Dan Smiley, and here today I'm very excited to have Cassie Davie, the Senior Conference Manager for Pacific Events, to talk about our upcoming Clean Pacific Conference that's taking place in August in the Pacific Northwest. Cassie, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
And we also have Carey Buchholtz, Managing Director from Clean Events, also here to help guide us through what's new and exciting about Clean Pacific this year. Carey, welcome.
Thank you.
Let's start with you, Cassie. We had a limited program for Clean Pacific last year. We were coming out of the pandemic. We'd skipped the year before and then put on what I thought was a pretty successful hybrid event in 2021. But our program is a little different. What is going to happen in 2022?
Well, mainly one of the things, and we had an excellent planning committee this year, Dan, you being one of the kind of new blood that always infuses a different level of energy into the planning. And so one of the things that we found was we needed to expand it from a day and a half to 2 full days because there was more content than we could fill in simply a day and a half. So that's one of the main things. I think additionally, there's a topic that was important to the group last year, which was capacity building, tribal capacity building, and it was decided by the session chair that we needed to really continue that conversation, and literally part of the title is The Conversation Continues for that. A couple of other things that we talked about was there are a lot of other hazards besides oil spill, and certainly the hazards that are important to the Pacific North, to this region of the country, Pacific Northwest and Canada, are the other type of hazards, some of them being weather events. That's an expansion really into the program this year of looking at a lot of different kinds of hazards, specifically weather hazards that required extensive responses due to weather. So that's one of the additions. Another one that's particularly important we're finding to the Pacific Northwest is marine debris. So we had looked at all the plastics that are in water, but very specifically this session focuses on different types of marine debris. Again, all hazards, not simply just oil. Yeah, the other thing that that is a difference from last year is we've all a little bit been forced to be very creative about how we present events to people. But what we've seen with all the clean events is that this human to human, this H2H feeling that the cleans are all about relationship building, about face-to-face with colleagues, about having those side conversations that you can't have in a virtual world. So this year will be fully live. And we're seeing from already surpassing registration from last year that it seems that our audiences and all of our events, they are so into wanting to be together again. So we've got this great blend. I think for anyone coming to the event, they're going to be able to see people they haven't seen for the last couple of years. That's one of the big things that I would say too, that we're finding with all the cleans is that a lot of our federal partners, EPA being one of them, were prohibited from travel. It was very difficult for them to travel. So this we're finding is this great balance that we usually attain with all the clean events of our industry, of federal and state people, and our OSROs and vendor community coming together for a great face-to-face, human-to-human H2H event.
I know last year's event was small, but it was like a family reunion after being locked in. It was really just so much fun to be there with people, socializing, talking about the events of the last year. And you're right, that didn't happen for those who attended online. Although I think the people who attended online got the benefit of the speakers and the content, and that's great. But that's only a portion of what the clean events really bring to us, which is that human to human contact. So this year we're back in Renton, Washington at the Hyatt. What's the date? And if people haven't registered yet, Cassie, where do they go to register?
Well, they would go to www.cleanpacific.org is where they can register for the event. It's the 23rd and the 24th of August. So it's 2 days, on a Tuesday and a Wednesday. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous facility, and it will even be more like being on vacay, I think, for everyone, because we'll have the facility to ourselves pretty much.
Yeah.
So, and it's right on Lake Washington.
Yeah, a beautiful property, probably my favorite one I've ever been to. Floor to seal windows looking out over the lake when you're in the exhibit hall. Can't go wrong. It's stunning, and good food vendors on site, and yeah, you feel like you're in a secluded little resort away from the hustle and bustle of Seattle. It's quite lovely. Definitely my top venue I think we've ever gone to.
And I think real close to like a 30-minute, 25-minute from the airport. So it's close to the airport for people who fly in.
Airport, as well as Seattle, if you did want to go in and have a dinner or go see the sights. Very easy, quick taxi or Uber drive away.
So Cassie, what does it look like for vendors in the exhibit hall? Do we have a lot of participation this year?
So we've got more vendors than last year, but it's definitely higher on the attendee side. We have new exhibitors too, which is nice. That's always great when we have, and they're specific to the to that part of the country.
Yes,
so,
I would say we're definitely getting new blood, new vendors, kind of expanding who's exhibiting from the usual suspects. It is still a smaller show floor. It will be slightly larger than last year, but not by, grand measures like we're seeing with attendance, but it will be larger. And again, just new people, new products, new services that haven't been shown before. So I think that's something that's really exciting to see.
And something about, and Dan, you experienced this when you were at the event last year, but something that's unique to Clean Pacific and Clean Waterways, which is the inland waterway system event that we do, is that everyone moves as a single group. So the registration fee gives everyone access not only to the exhibits, but to all the session content, and they're right next door, so people can stay together in that one solid group, rather than us keeping those two groups separated as more traditionally is done for clean golf or for a lot of other events.
Yeah, it gives the vendors an opportunity to attend the sessions and not only see the buyers and the people they want to meet, but they also can listen and understand their customers' needs and concerns, and therefore offer a better product or service. So it's definitely very beneficial for both exhibitors and attendees that access to everything.
So Carey, what can a conference participant expect from the schedule? When I show up in the morning and register, take me through the day.
Yeah, once you come in on Tuesday morning and pick up your badge, you'll go straight into breakfast on the exhibit floor, chance to kind of mingle with your attendees before we kind of officially kick off the day with a welcome and our first session immediately following the breakfast. And the flow of the event will be a mix of session, networking break, session, lunch, networking breaks. So we're kind of flowing you from the show floor to the conference session, which is literally right next door to each other. You have time to get a snack, meet exhibitors, talk with your fellow attendees, and then we'll close out Tuesday with a reception on the floor. We will serve drinks and light bites. And then we'll do it all again on Wednesday with the breakfast and going into sessions, networking breaks, and lunch as well.
Excellent. And you have a discount if they sign up today, tomorrow, for a limited time.
Yes.
What are my discount options?
Sure. So you'll get $100 off your registration. Basically, if you register before you show up on site. So through August 19th, you'll get a $100 discount, whether you are a government attendee or a regular attendee. You'll save $100. So definitely a reason to sign up before you show up on site. Absolutely can. You'll just save a few bucks if you do it prior to.
Okay. And then everybody will show up to my session, Case Studies and Deployed Technologies for Situational Awareness. Everyone come.
Absolutely.
It's going to be exciting. Well, this is great.
Absolutely.
Carey Buchholtz, Cassie Davies, Clean Events, thanks so much for coming on and giving us this preview of Clean Pacific 2022.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Dan.
thanks for having us.
We're going to see you soon.